Yesterday, the world's attention turned to Alaska, where a critical summit was about to unfold. At Joint Base Elmendorf-Richardson, two of the world's most powerful leaders prepared for high-stakes negotiations. President Donald Trump and Russian President Vladimir Putin were set to discuss the most pressing issue of our time. The primary objective was clear: securing a ceasefire in Russia's ongoing war against Ukraine. Trump welcomed Putin with full diplomatic honors: red carpet, fighter jet flyovers, and banners reading, "Pursuing Peace." The entire international community was watching, hoping this direct engagement could end the conflict. For Ukraine and its allies, the summit represented both hope and deep anxiety. The best-case scenario was simple: an immediate halt to the bloodshed and destruction. Many believed Trump's direct approach might convince Putin to end the aggression, but fears shadowed these hopes. What concessions might be made to achieve a deal? The closed-door nature of the talks heightened anxiety about what was being discussed. Even as the leaders met, air raid alerts sounded across Ukraine. Russian attacks continued. After nearly 3 hours of private discussions, the summit concluded abruptly. Both leaders appeared before the media but left without taking a single question from reporters. This immediately signaled that no major breakthrough had been achieved. Trump conceded the point himself, stating they had made progress but haven't quite got there on a ceasefire. In an unusual moment, Putin was seen joining Trump in his presidential limousine, smiling as they drove away. Despite no concrete deal, both leaders characterized their talks in remarkably positive terms. Russian media celebrated the event, portraying it as proof that Russia wasn't isolated internationally. The disconnect between positive statements and lack of results left observers puzzled. Meanwhile, the war in Ukraine continued with no pause in Russian attacks. For Trump, the failure to secure a ceasefire was a blow to his reputation as a master dealmaker. Putin achieved international legitimacy and a grand stage without making any concessions in return. Ukraine's reaction was cautious relief. No bad deal was better than a forced settlement. European leaders responded with a unified message: Ukraine must have ironclad security guarantees. Following a phone call with Trump, President Zelensky announced he would travel to Washington on Monday. They emphasized that any solution must be negotiated with Ukraine, not for Ukraine. With the Alaska summit now concluded, the path forward remains fraught with uncertainty. The failure raises possibilities of escalating economic pressure and new sanctions on Russia. For Ukraine, the fight for survival continues with no immediate reprieve from Russian aggression. The stakes extend far beyond Ukraine. This is a test of the post-World War II international order. The principles of sovereignty, international law, and collective security are all on the line. Despite the disappointing outcome in Alaska, the world will continue to watch, hope, and work toward a just and lasting peace. The future stability of Europe and indeed the world depends on it.